Hey guys, I'm Law. Welcome back to another video. This is part 2 of What If Asta was an AOT but with a twist. Where we last left off was with the nobles and the military police, or the MPs, being arrested for the conspiracy they were in, essentially preventing humanity from going outside the walls. So, with the garrisons going out to find the heir of the throne, we now go back to Annie, Reiner, and Bertolt, and they are currently discussing what to do about the current situation. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Reiner almost yelled as if it was pretty obvious why he was frustrated. Ever since Asta had arrived, their mission on finding and taking the founding titan had become 10 times harder. It was bad enough that they lost Marcel, but now the people of Paradise are knowing too much secrets about the outside world. Plus, even if they did know where the founding titan was, they probably wouldn't get as far, considering without the ashen-haired teen going after them. They needed an idea, and they needed one fast. That's when Annie had a suggestion. Considering the garrisons were looking for the current heir and the actual king they have, they can potentially get information from the royal relatives on the founding titan. It just needed to be a matter of patience. Now, the next problem they had to deal with was Asta. How exactly could they deal with someone who can fly, make ice, teleport, make clones, and do much, much, much more? That is until maybe that is until Reiner thought of a way. Maybe if they can't stop Asta physically, they had to use more unconventional means, or at least slow him down. They would contemplate this plan some more and would talk amongst themselves to see how they can proceed. Meanwhile, Asta would actually be with Erwin and the other military personnel. They would be discussing on taking back Shiganshina while using Asta's ability to turn titans back into humans. The meeting was not so surprisingly quick, as the vast majority of the scouts regiment would be leaving in 1 week. Ne- they would use Asta's ability to fly to Shiganshina with Levi and his squad to get directions. Asta would then create a portal to HQ and teleport all the scouts to the top of the wall, making sure to making sure to turn all the titans back into humans and seeing if they can get information on the basement of Aaron's house. But before they can get into that, Asta would actually be going with the scouts with Levi's squad. And in Levi's squad, they would also include Aaron, Hanji, and Mikasa. And they would go out flying in steel carts, looking at the ground to see some titans, to see if they can find titans and turn them back into humans. It didn't take long to find these titans, as they were near a hill, and there was at least 20 titans in the vicinity. So they slowed down to make their way when Aaron transformed into his titan form to subdue a few titans, and also would use his time magic to revert the titans back into humans. This process took less than 6 minutes, as the humans were all portaled back into the walls. The squad continued to do this for the next 25 minutes, seeing more titans and turning them back into humans. Although as they were finishing up, they spotted a few more titans. However, one of them made Mikasa and Aaron shake. It was the titan that killed Aaron's mother. Now, Aaron at first wanted to attack the titan with some righteous fury until he realized that this person had no control of themselves and had quickly been calmed down by Mikasa. So they went to the group of titans and were easily able to turn them back into humans, and made sure to turn the one that ate Aaron's mother back into a human. Although upon seeing the human, Aaron had a headache and had a familiar nostalgic type feeling coming from this woman. Despite that, they still teleported her back to the walls and left the hills with Asta wanting to be alone. As although he was glad that he was helping these people, he was still trying to figure out a way to get back home. He tried making a portal back, but for some reason he couldn't. It wasn't the fact that he didn't have enough magic power, but it was also like there was something preventing him from accessing this world, from accessing his world, to be exact. It would only be a couple of days left until Austin and the scouts would be heading to Shiganshina, but Aaron got a report saying that Titans had come from Connie's village. Connie would obviously be extremely worried, and he would beg Asta to take him with him if he can see his family was all right. Asta would agree and take Connie and the remaining scouts with them and head as fast as possible to Connie's village. When they arrived, they would be met with an odd sight. A Titan would be laying above Connie's house, and there was no blood or any sign of dead humans in the village. At that, they thought that maybe the people might have escaped. But one of the soldiers pointed out that they wouldn't be able to get very far without horses. Asta then used time magic and turned a Titan back into a human, though the human turned out to be Connie's mom. This would leave all the soldiers confused and a bit worried, as they now just confirmed that someone is on their island and it's turning people into Titans. They teleported Connie's mom back into the walls, but they were now contemplating what to do next. Asta didn't just want to sit around and do nothing, so he decided to look over the island and see if he can find any Titans to turn back into humans. The leader didn't get a chance to say anything because Asta had already left at supersonic speeds. Asta used mirror magic to make clones of himself and search for any Titans he could find. He was actually making a lot of progress so far and turned 70 Titans back into humans, although three of them being Connie's father, brother, and sister. He did come across a strange Titan, to say the least. This Titan was covered in brown fur and had very long arms. The Titan saw Asta, and to say it looked shocked would be an understatement. How are you able to fly? The Titan spoke, making Asta shocked because from what he understood, Titans couldn't speak. Because I have magic, Asta simply says, although the beast Titan wasn't buying such an answer. He was also a bit surprised that Asta, was pretty calm. Well, he looked shocked, but then he remained calm. Who exactly? Who are you? Do you also come from Marley? Now the Beast Titan was on edge, as how did this person know what Marley is? If he is an alien from the information he had gathered, he had known that the aliens have no memory of the outside world. Plus he had to know who this kid was exactly and why he was flying. Before I answer your question, who exactly are you, boy? Me? Oh, I'm Asta. What's your name? You can call me the Beast Titan. Asta, tell me, what exactly is a boy like you doing in these parts? I'm just looking for Titans to turn them back into humans. Now Zeke was on high alert of this person. After all, he literally just said he can turn Titans back into humans. Does this mean he's been turning Titans back into humans? That would explain why he hasn't seen many Titans on the island that he would have expected. Plus, now that Titans from Marley have been turned into humans, they're getting more information about Marley and can use it against the nation to bring a wrench in his plans. Then again, though, this boy could be useful with turning Titans back into humans. He can potentially have more allies in his euthanization plan. Then again, though, he highly doubts that this boy would willingly want to come with him and help him achieve his goals. Just by his demeanor, he didn't seem like he had to do whatever it takes to achieve his goals, even if it was for the benefit of mankind as a whole. Asta then asked Zeke what exactly he was doing here, to which he said he had recently woken up as a Titan, although Asta knew he wasn't lying with his ki sensing. Asta then asked if by any chance if he knows something about a village being turned into Titans. Zeke denied this, though Asta knew Zeke was lying and called him out on his lie. Zeke then sighed and he had no other choice but to take Asta by force or kill him. So Zeke started to swing and try to grab Asta, But it was all for naught as Austin encased him in water restraint spell and used time reversal to turn him back into a human, shocking Zeke completely. Zeke tried to turn into a Titan again, but was knocked out by Asta. Asta didn't want him to turn back into a Titan when he got to the wall, so he used Sekire's sealing magic to seal his ability to turn into a Titan. He took Zeke back inside the walls and talked to Commander Erwin and Pixis that this man is just like Eren, that he also has the ability to turn into a Titan, although his Titan looked more animalistic. Asta would then use memory magic to see who this person was exactly, although he was a bit hesitant as he didn't want to breach the person's privacy. It showed that his name was Zeke Yeager, and he was also from Marley. He also discovered that he was sent to retrieve the Frowning Titan, and that Aaron, Bertolt, and Reiner were also a part of this mission, shocking everyone that there were actually traitors in their army. They would deal with this by sending a messenger out to get them, although once they saw Asta, they knew where they were heading inside. It was practically game over. They all transformed into their Titan forms. Luckily, Asta used barrier magic to trap all of them as to prevent civilian casualties. Many citizens saw the appearance of the colossal Titan and became worried what it was if this was another attack. That is until they saw the barrier. Asta made quick work of the armor Titan, Colossal Titan, and Female Titan who tried to escape, but it was no use as Asta turned them all back into humans and sealed their ability to turn into Titans. Asta then let the soldiers take them to the dungeon as they discuss what's the next course of action. Time skip. It was the day that they would head to Shiganshina. Also, P.S. Dinah would reunite with Zeke and would be surprised to see his mother. She would apologize to Zeke, saying she knew that she was an awful mother and although Zeke would actually forgive her. It'd also be the time Zeke and Dinah would meet Eren, and honestly, Eren didn't know what to think. Was he happy that he had family outside of the island, or was he angry that his brother was the cause of turning humans into Titans? He didn't really know what to feel at this moment. Also, Eren would find out about Reiner and Belta as they were the armor and colossal Titan and would want to kill them, but they would be left as prisoners until further notice. Unlike in canon, they would actually wipe out all the Titans pretty easily, turning every single one back into a human and take them back from Shiganshina. They also reached Eren's basement and found the journals of the outside world. It didn't really provide that much information about Marley, considering a lot of the Titans that have turned back into humans were part of the Alien Restoration Act. Although it did give some closure to Dinah, seeing that Grisha still had a picture of her and Zeke, as he never once went a day without thinking about them. As the day went by, Historia would come out saying she's actually Historia Reese, heir to the throne, with Rod Reese actually confirming this, as she was then crowned Queen Historia. Asta would continue to turn Titans back into people, as there were no more Titans left on the island of Paradis. Thus gave the scouts to venture out. For Armin, Mikasa, and Eren, they actually got to see the ocean. They would actually have a lot of fun at that beach, making sand castles, Asta shooting water magic at them, and them catching fish to eat. The only problem was the Marley invasion. Time skipped 2 years later. The aliens, with the help of Asta and the anti-Marleyan squad, used magic and their own technology and Titans to overthrow the Marleyan government, sealing away the Warhammer Titan and imprisoning the head Marleyan military personnel. When Marley really couldn't do anything, as not only did they lose the power of the Titans, they also had an enemy. Their enemy also had someone who was essentially had the power of a god. That being said, considering Erwin is still alive, he would still use more humane tactics to show the humans of Paradis are not devils, and that first it was starting with to show the world that the humans of Paradis are not devils, and the first country to start this project was in Marley. It has been a slow process, but gradually they've been abolishing Marleyan practices against Eldians, completely disbanding the warrior program. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, what about Asta? Well, Asta can actually now go home, as he can leave any as he can leave everything in Erwin's hands. You're probably wondering how. Well, let's go back 3 months after the scouts arrived at the ocean. Asta would think to himself when he fought against Conrad, and when he realized he was releasing so much magic, and Conrad was releasing so much magic as well, that it was causing sort of distortion in the air. Also, for that brief moment, can actually see it. So also try to replicate it. That maybe if he can release mana in the air and distort the space, maybe something would happen. As he was doing this, surprisingly, a portal would open up. But this one looked more familiar. Out would come Finro, looking around the place until he finally spotted Asta. Asta and Finro ran to each other, with happy tears in their eyes as they gave each other a dap up. Though Finro was a bit put off as he was sensing an insane amount of magic power from Asta, as he was also kind of, as though he did give it a nodding approval of Asta's new look. Asta would explain what happened to him and how he got here, although Asta would ask how was Finro able to find him. Finro explained that after the various witnesses seeing Asta disappear, they investigated what happened and concluded that Asta had teleported to another dimension, looking at the spatial distortion of mana in the air in their own world. They can track him down with the Imperial Sword fused with him, and they used magic stones and various other mages giving their mana to try and find Asta. Luckily, it was able to work on the first try. Asta was glad to finally have a way back home, but Asta explained to Finro that he needed to save the Eldians a parody. It took a lot of convincing, but Asta was able to show that he knows that the process of, but he knows, but he, Asta, it took a lot of convincing, but Asta was able to show that he knows the process of going back to his world, and that he would come back when he finishes his business here. So after a year in Paradise, which was like a couple of weeks in the Black Clover universe, Asta felt that he had done his part in helping the Eldians. Hopefully, Commander Erwin and the other comrades he has made will completely remove the hatred the world has for Eldians. Asta would conjure up a portal and go through it back home, although this would take up an enormous amount of magic power to traverse dimensions. Once Asta was home, he had completely lost his ability to use magic, with the energy around his torso fading out of him. Asta was saddened by this, although he quickly cheered up as he got to see his friends and family again. Plus, even without magic, it didn't change the fact that Asta was gonna become the Wizard King one day. But that's a story for another day. And that's the end of What If Asta Was an AOT with a twist. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave comments on what other Black Clover what ifs you would like me to do. I'd also like to hear what you thought of this what if. I mean, I didn't really put that much effort. As you can see, it's more like a godlike Asta in an Attack on Titan what if. Like, I didn't really put that much effort in it. If I did, it probably would have taken me like there would have been more parts plus and more dialogue. But yeah, I just wanted to make videos and, you know, post some more stuff. Consider I do try to at least stay somewhat consistent. But yeah, I'm rambling on too much. I do hope you enjoyed the video, and hope if you can leave suggestions of what other Black Clover what ifs you'd like to see me do. Anyways, I'm Law, and I'll see you later.